Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today we're going to be jumping into some Frost DK PvP. Real quick, I'm going to pop up the calendar for you guys. As you can see here, that the bonus Battleground event begins today. So if you want to prestige and get up your honor talents, anything like that, now is going to be the time to do that. You can do that very quickly. And which one is my PvP button talents? I'm just in the wrong place. There we are. All right, so we got our honor talents up right here. I wanted to show you guys kind of what spec I'm running right now in this battleground. I'm going to be using the consistent DPS spec, but a bit of a change since the last time I played it. Now, last time I didn't have major burst. I had a lot of consistency, but I didn't have quite enough oomph, I felt like, to push down healers and stuff. And I didn't really enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the burst spec. But now, guys, of course, I got up my honor levels up to 46, so I got Chill Streak and Tundra Stalker, which I believe is going to cause this spec to have a lot bigger difference, of course, in burst and damage, since, of course, that's 25% frost strike damage, and, of course, 50% crit increased on those targets with those frost strikes. So, I mean, of course, that's going to be just a ton more consistency. And, of course, Chill Streak, it bounces 5 times, 7% damage is going to increase my burst by quite a lot. Of course, it comes up every minute. So every time I use Pillar of Frost and Major CDs, major crits on the Frost Strikes throughout Chill Streak that bounces on targets, it's going to be a lot more burst being created than when I had the other spec. Of course, the only thing I'm running different than a PvE single target like boss DPS spec is I'm going to be using Freezing Fog instead of Frozen Pulse, because I'm hoping the fights aren't going to last long enough that I'm going to need Frozen Pulse for the long DPS. Hopefully Freezing Fog is going to increase, of course, my AoE dot damage, and of course a bit of damage on that Howling Blast. So it's going to add some numbers to our damage, and we should place pretty high on the charts. So that's going to be pretty solid. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. Oh, also, real quick, guys, real quick. Mr. Broom here. You see you got the broom here. The Halloween event also came up today, so if you have a chance, go in there and get the broom. Now you're thinking, broom looks stupid, why would I ride a broom? This is literally the most OP PvP mount there is in game. And the reason being is there's no cast time. So you can literally break out of combat with this mount, go up, beat on somebody, kill him, run away, jump into the air, and you're instantly on your mount, either to the next person and or getting the flag, doing something, but it makes you move so quickly and so swiftly, it'll increase your damage and DPS by quite a lot compared to people who don't have it, since you'll be able to spread to different targets very fast. So make sure you do that, guys. Now let's go ahead and get into the video. Looks like we got Battle for Gilneas. Oh, there's a Zerker in there. We're gonna go get that. Usually there's like a sprint or something in this little house, and I don't want nothing to do with it. But that's amazing. We can get in and out of this house. Check us out. Broom. Insta cast. Don't even have cast time on that. I get to stay with the group even though I had to unmount and mount up. Like, this mount helps so much, it's ridiculous. Alright, using Path of Frost and making sure we can get across this. And, I gotta let this proc go out first and gain combat, because I don't want to be the first one focused, obviously, if there's a prot out there. So what I'm going to do is focus one of these Demon Hunters right here. Going to go out big on him. I'm going to throw out my chains, or not chains, my chill on him. And, of course, just spread some dots and spam some Frost Strikes. I'm going to go ahead and use my Obliterate cooldown now to put out some single target on this DK right here. He's going to go down pretty fast. I'm going to switch over to, of course, his Hunter and drop some big Frost Strikes on him. I'm going to crit him. It looks like he's using Turtle Shell, so I'm going to switch over to this Monk who just died right through Karma. And I'm going to finish this guy up when Turtle Shell falls off. And Turtle Shell's off, going to finish him off. He's down pretty fast. Now I'm going to bounce back and forth. I actually did like over 200k plus DPS during that fight right there. I should be around 9 mil, 10 mil? Yeah, 10 mil damage, 6-0. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that thrashing. This spec's pretty solid, guys. Like, I was anticipating it with the gear, the consistency of it, and of course just the all-around buff of when I was using Tundra Stalker and Chill Streak compared to before. Now, the consistency before is really good, and I thought, of course, if I changed it up with these specs, of course, once I leveled up my honored talents, it would do a lot better. I didn't even use Dragon during that fight. Like, if I would have used Dragon, I probably could have pushed it up to close to, like I don't even know, like 12 mil, maybe even 13 mil on that fight. Let's see if I can hit both these guys. Got 100k off of that guy and hit the druid in the back who's trying to cyclone. That warrior's charging me. I'm going to go ahead and kill this druid in the back who's tree forming. Comes down pretty fast. Going to get this hunter. I'm not really worried about that prot that's hitting me. He's not really doing any damage. So, of course, I'm just going to stick on this guy. He's going to take a lot of damage. I'm going to get him down before this DPS can do much to, you know, like a healer or something if he actually gets to the target. We do have one healer on our team. It looks like he is where we are. So, I don't really have to worry about survivability too much. This spec survivability isn't terrible. I mean, it's just as good as, you know, the breast spec survivability would be, but you are able to dump more death strikes in if you want. I'm not really sure what his idea of what he was attempting to do there by gripping me up there, but he is taking a lot of damage. We're definitely going to kill this Frost DK a lot faster than he kills us, just ridiculously amount faster. Now, it also has to do with the spec, of course. I don't know what spec he's running, and of course, gear comes into it. But you saw how fast we just shredded that other DK. Like, he wasn't even tickling us compared to what I was doing to him with this spec. So it does pretty solid. I got Karma. Now, check this out. We're going to full kill him. I'm taking Karma dots. Full kill him right through Karma. Throw up AMS. I just dispelled all that Karma. Monk dies. That's the way you can counter monks so hard on a Frost DK because AMS now dispels dots. It's so painful for a monk to get caught with a Frost DK who knows that he can do that. And if like you're playing Ret Frost DK, of course a Paladin can bop off Karma and Frost DK can dispel it. So it kind of makes, you know, the Karma not matter for these two classes. And I really found that kind of interesting. I don't know if a lot of people thought about that. I'm getting focused pretty hard here. This is gonna actually be a nice little fight. That hunter went down so fast. I don't think I was hitting him. I'm taking quite a bit of damage here. This DK is coming in on me. He's trying to get revenge. I'm gonna go ahead and heal off him and then come in for damage. He's hitting me with Big Dragon there. And I'm just going to knock it right through it. I'm going to obliterate right through his AMS. Of course, not going to deal as much damage. And I'm going to finish him off right there. Going to go in for Death Strikes on this Demon Hunter that's focusing me. And I got to spread pressure here, throwing up AMS so I don't take too much damage. And just trying to relieve pressure off me. I think with this spec, I've got enough consistent pressure that I could, yeah, push right through Demon Form for the most part. And they're going down hard. This spec is relentless with the amount of consistency it has, especially since it relies on such low cooldowns. Like, simply put, Pillar of Frost is only a minute cooldown, but since I'm running, see here, Ice Cap, it's going to be a lot shorter, like 30 to 40 second cooldown, which is a burst, 30 to 40 seconds, of course. And of course, since now that I got Chill Streak over like Frozen Center, and Frozen Center is okay for some AoE damage, but of course Chill Streak's going to deal a lot more pressure single target, and when you of course need it. So that's why I wanted to use that. And that's only a minute cooldown. Now that arrives just directly with that burst, of course, using your CD, so it deals a lot more pressure than of course it says basically. Now I did it into AMS there, and I really just messed up doing that. But it'll turn out fine. I'm just kind of, I want to kill this DK because it's fun to kill other DKs. DK's dead. Alright, now I'm going to kill these other guys. Sorry, man. If you're watching this video, I'm sorry, dude. But it's Battleground. You got to do it. Alright, there's a healer here. I'm actually going to throw up some crazy damage on this guy. I just used a little potion that's going to give me like 30% extra damage for a short amount of time. And I think it'll help us kill this healer. It's a big fight. I don't know. Yeah, well, come on, let me get range Frost Strike, yes! Range Frost Strike for the kill! Oh, it's so useful. That was the reason I literally took that talent. Literally, that right there. Like, that is the reason. I've had so many kills evaded in PvP just because somebody, you know, they step 2 feet outside of my range and I can't kill them. Well, not anymore. That doesn't happen. Alright, so I'm just going to AoE this. I just stunned everybody around here trying to buy some time for this flag as I'm spinning it. Because we are just getting hit so hard, I'm going to die finally. Finally went down. I don't know what's going on. My team's slacking. Why is there a pet here? Like, why is there a hunter pet there? I have no idea. Alright, let's take a look at damage. Alright, so damage, we're 11-1. Obviously, we just took that death. We have been slaughtering kills this entire battleground. Damage looks like there is a hunter coming up behind us, but besides that, we're like almost quadrupling damage for the most part in this battleground. I'm gonna try and AoE flag as soon as I come in again and just keep them off. They're going big. I'm pretty sure we just killed 2 people within that breath. I'm positive I just killed 2 people. There's a 3rd kill right there. Go ahead and blow minor cooldowns. Gonna kill. Yeah, there's 2 more kills within Death Chill. That was insane. Oh my goodness, that play was insane, guys. This is this PvP is gnarly. Like we've had like 4 or 5 things happen already that I would literally throw into a montage. This has been a pretty wicked battleground. Like, this was just like a test spec. I haven't tested this spec out at all compared to a lot of the other ones, but it's obvious at this point that this spec is pretty gnarly after the buffs they received, and of course with the little bit higher gear score that I have compared to what I did test out with this spec on the beta. It definitely accumulates to a lot more burst than I anticipated when transferring over. So this could definitely be a viable spec to play in Arena. I could definitely see that happening with this consistency. Could I see it with double DPS comps? I wouldn't necessarily say double DPS, since it takes a little bit to accumulate the burst, and it's more consistent damage than it is burst damage. I mean, it could hurt a little bit if you're trying to go for TSG or something like that. You may still want to go with breath, because it looks like at the moment a lot of the DKs above 2k are sitting with the breath spec, which of course you're going to deal a lot more burst damage. But there is there is a handful of like 2300 DKs that are using the consistency DPS spec too, just dealing a lot of pressure, it looks like, and I can't say that they have any complaints. I've talked to a few of them, but anyways, guys, yeah, like the nice thing about this season is I'm noticing with Frost DKs that are all above 2k 2300 at the moment, is none of them play the same spec. They all play slight different variations. I mean, they all stick to the base rule. They're either playing the consistency or the breadth spec, but they're all playing slight variations of it, either to fit their comps or to fit their playstyle. And I find that very interesting that people can do that at the moment. So it's going to be really hard for choosing what the actual meta is going to be. So it looks like small things could change, you know, just slight things. At some point there's going to be a DK, of course, who gets on a good team that's going to be miles ahead of, you know, all the other DKs that says this is the meta. Obviously it's going to occur, but at the moment it really seems like there's just more than one choice. There's a lot of choices, really. We just cut through that healer. He's like, what just happened? There's a lot of choices at the moment, and it's really exciting to see World of Warcraft and, you know, competitive players not all playing the same thing. And a lot of them saying, well, this is better for this reason, this is better for this reason, and they all have viable reasons for why they're doing it. And I've really found that interesting, guys. And it's really not something I've seen in a long time, because there was basically, this spec's the best, it works the best, this is the best numbers for this reason, for control or for random proc when it came to duel, this is the best way to go for that. And it was really black and white, and at the moment it's not as black and white as you can see. Things happen all the time that just extremely surprise us, and this is obviously one of them. 16-1, it pulled out 50 mil damage while everyone else is like 20 mil. Obviously this spec works quite well in battleground situations when it comes to consistency, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this little test I wanted to do with this spec, and until next time, this was your boy Hazzed. Make sure you hit that like button.